new cards, and they are doubling down on psychic support, which, with me personally, I think this is pretty cool. I was a fan of the psychic cards in Duelist's Advance. I think they are pretty cool. However, they are not meta relevant enough at the moment. But the thing is, like, they are just missing, I feel like, more good stuff to go into with the psychics. Because the thing with psychic cards is some of their main deck engines are really good, but they are just not really able to convert that into anything from the extra deck at the moment. I mean, nothing is not true. They got like Omega, and one or two of the new synchros from Duelist's Advance weren't bad, but like there's just not enough to make it a playable deck. So we got more in Doom of Dimension. And it seems to be another fusion monster, which has, of course, always been a theme with the psychics, that they are trying to make like the Axon Kicker, I believe was the name of the card originally. Like, I think Ultimate Axon Kicker or something. So there's more of that. Let's see if they can make it work. And another Synchro 6. We have Axon Kicker Oracle here. So another Axon Kicker fusion monster, a level 10 Earth Psychic Fusion. It needs a Psychic monster plus a Synchro Xyz or Link monster. Okay, I believe the other one needs a Synchro specifically. So this one is a little more generic. You can only use the second and third effects of this card. Of this card's name once per turn. After this card is fusion summoned, it gains 1,000 attack for each Synchro Xyz and Link used as its material until the end of the next turn. So that could be decently big. Up to 4,900. When your opponent would special summon a monster, quick effect, you can negate the summon, and if you do, banish that monster. If this fusion summoned card is sent to the grave, you can banish a teleport, normal, or quick play spell from your grave. Banish this card. Special summon this card. Okay. Well, that is a powerful endboard piece, which is what I was saying they were missing, a little bit of that. The problem is this one is the fusion monster, right? And it does not have an alternate summoning condition. You are just forced to summon this with a fusion spell. So I don't know how good it really... It is not a bad... It's genuinely... You guys are saying it. I mean, of course, it's funny that it's not the first thing I'm thinking of. But yes, this is not a bad super poly target. It's relatively generic, right? Like a psychic monster plus any basically extra deck monster. Yeah, no, that's not bad. But as far as psychic support directly goes, I guess it remains to be seen how easy it is to make a fusion in it. I'm not saying there's no cards for it. I am aware that there is a fusion spell in Duelist's Advance, I believe, that has like I think it was called Teleport Fusion. There is ways to make it, I'm sure, but like the question is, does the ideal psychic build play that card, and how easily can they access that card, right? I'm assuming because it is called Teleport, they have a way to search it. But the thing is, whenever you're searching Teleport Fusion, you're not searching Emergency Teleport. And Emergency Teleport is an incredibly powerful card, right? But we'll see. Okay. Serene Psychic Sorceress, level 6 Earth Psychic Synchro Effect monster, materials, tuner, non-tuner, so generic synchro. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can pay 1,000 life points, set a teleport, normal, or quick play spell from your deck, grave, or banishment. Okay, there you go. This is interesting because setting it from your deck is basically a positive and a negative at the same time. Now, if you are trying to access emergency teleport with this card, you cannot activate it immediately because it is a quick play spell. And if you set a quick play spell, you can't immediately use it. So emergency teleport, not the best target for this, I think. However, I remember from playing the sneak preview that there was the new teleport. I guess there's multiple, but like, I forgot, I think Parallel Teleport or something, the super rare from Duelist's Advance, is a normal spell card. I'm pretty sure. The one that's like, you tribute a psychic to summon a psychic from deck or extra deck. Oh, is that also a quick play? Oh, okay, that's unfortunate. I swear there was a normal spell. Hold up, let me check. They are all quick plays? Really? Let me just double check real quick. Duelist's Advance. The one I was referring to is It is a quick play spell. Yeah, I was thinking of parallel teleport. No, it is a quick play spell. Okay. Well, okay. That does kind of reduce the use cases for this card. The only normal spell is the assault mode one. Okay, well, I don't think that's going to be the case that you're going to do this, but in combination with this one over here, the fusion monster, right? The fact that let's look at the other one, Miracle Teleport, I believe is what it's called. This one, a Teleport Fusion. During the main phase, fusion summon a psychic fusion from your extra deck by banishing psychics from field or grave as material. If a face-up psychic you control that was special summoned from the extra deck is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card, target one of your banished psychics, special summon it. So this is not a bad set off of this, right? Because you don't care that it's a quick play and you're setting it and you can only activate it on the next turn because you're summoning an interruption with it anyways. So that's neat, actually. That is a neat card to get. Also, if this synchro summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a card your opponent controls, or up to 2 if you control a psychic fusion or synchro, return that card to the hand. That's a neat bonus effect as well. If you manage to either, if you're going second and you synchro it off, or if you use it, this probably banishes it, right? By banish, yeah, okay, you can't fuse with it on the opponent's turn. That would have actually been very cool if it said if this synchro summon card is sent to the grave or banished. That would have been really nice. The parallel is the play. You can also, yeah, I guess that would send it to the graveyard, right? If you set parallel teleport, this one is tribute a psychic with a level, special level 7 or lower psychic from deck or extra deck, and then you can bounce, right? This one is very cool. The Synchro 6 is very neat because it does a couple of things for psychics, I feel like, that it was missing. Because it kind of makes it does give you more endboard pieces, right? Whether you're setting parallel teleport with it or whether you're setting teleport fusion with it, doesn't really matter. Both of those are going to be interruptions on your opponent's turn, right? Like this one is going to fusion summon one of the fusions, and that's disruption. Or you can go parallel teleport, tribute the Serene Psychic Sorceress, and then you can even get a bounce 2. And summon something else that's also a disruption, like a Kashtira or Cyframe Lord Zeta. That's neat. Also, this makes the Psychic endboard more layered, because I was wondering about this, right? Like Psychics, you can like spam a bunch of stuff, but like at the end, it probably all goes down to Nibiru or something. So having a quick play spell that's set on your board that is a disruption is very good. So I'm actually a fan of these cards. I think the new Psychics are getting more interesting with these. Still, I don't think it strikes me as something that is like unfair enough to be like the best deck in the game or anything like that. But it does make it more playable, and I think that's what I want from it. Like, I don't want decks like this to just be more like to be tier 0 material or anything like that. I just want them to be like solid options. Because I kind of don't want to like power creep combo decks even further, and this is for the most part, this deck is relatively combo-y. So I think it being like a tier 2 strategy would be the ideal outcome, and this gets it closer to that, so that's cool. I like those cards. And that's not all. We have Tactical Tri support. The new Tactical Tri decks in the OCG, I don't know if they're out yet or if they are soon to be released, but it's going to be, I think there's going to be an Exosistser one, and there's going to be a Rescue Ace one. And so they are making quote-unquote independent support cards for those archetypes. Like this is not a Rescue Ace card, this is not an Exosister card, but they are they are supposed to support those archetypes. So let's see what they got. We have a Link 2 here, which is called Levitin the Burning Blade. It's a Fire Warrior Link 2. It needs 2 fire monsters. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. During the main phase, quick effect, you contribute 1 other fire monster, then target 1 fire monster in your grave with the same original type, but a lower original level. Special summon it in defense position. If a set card in your spell trap zone would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card instead. Okay. It's... Is that even good in Rescue Ace? If a set card in your spell trap zone would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card instead. Okay, this is neat, I guess, in Rescue Ace because you're setting up a lot of back row. So Lightning Storm, like in all the formats where Rescue Ace was a thing, people would consider playing something like Lightning Storm for it. So this is good. You can dodge Imperm on Turbulence. However, it's the same. You can do the same thing with SP, and SP is also better into Nib. Also, you can like if you make this, then they can just imperm the Turbulence on summon, and you still need another. Then you still have to make like Promethean Princess with it. But like, yeah, I guess this. I mean, it works, right? It works. I'm just not sure if this is like perfect for Rescue Ace. I feel like hear me out. It's not bad in Rescue Ace, but if you asked a Rescue Ace player to design one like generic support card for Rescue Ace, I think they probably come up with a better thing. Like if you are really worried about making a card that's good for Rescue Ace without being completely broken, right? Like let's say a normal generic card that's just solid for Rescue Ace or really good for Rescue Ace. This is kind of that, but you could have also come up with other stuff. Like I mean, I guess what is Rescue? What does Rescue Ace need? I feel like Rescue Ace is like super. It's not super weak going second, but Rescue Ace, because of the traps, sometimes maybe it would have to be like, maybe it would have to do something with like you can shuffle a trap from your hand into the deck to draw a card or something like that. In case you draw the traps, you can put them back and draw a card, something like that. More like that, or more consistency as well. Because without original Sinful Spoils, I think Rescue Ace is kind of struggling for consistency. But I guess that doesn't apply to the OCG, which is where those cards are designed, because in the OCG they do have original Sinful Spoils, right? So this is not the consistency is not a concern for OCG Rescue Ace players. Okay, but not a bad card. And here we have a Spirit Monster, Ichiki Sayori Hime. Light Fairy Spirit, 800 attack, 800 defense, level 4, of course, makes sense for Exosisters. Cannot be special summoned. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is in your hand and you control a monster with 800 attack or defense, you can immediately normal summon this card. If this card is normal summoned, you can add a level 4 light or dark monster with 800 attack or defense from your deck to your hand, except itself. Once per turn, return this to the hand in the end phase. Okay. This card's good. This is more like what I was imagining. If you make like a generic support card that's really supposed to support a deck, this card is way better than this. This card might not even just be good in Exosister, because I'm pretty sure all of the Exosisters have 800 attack or 800 defense. I'm pretty sure this works with like all of them. So this is like perfect for Exosister. Most notably though, this is not a one card combo in Exosister, right? Because if you normal summon this and you grab Martha, I believe you can't activate Martha because you control this, right? It is? Okay, and how? It can search the other spirit. Because like, oh, you mean Sakitama? No, you can't search that. Sakitama does not have 800 attack or defense, y'all. Sakitama is 400, 900. Aratama? Aratama. Yeah, but you don't have a normal summon, y'all. This is not a one card combo for a few reasons. So if you have only this, it's not combo because you can't extra normal it. Because in order to extra normal it, you need to already have a monster with 800 attack or defense on the field. Like, when you normal summon this and you search Martha, you cannot activate Martha because it says if you control no monsters or only Xyz monsters. So you can't do that. You cannot search Sakitama, which would be a free normal summon and rank 4 then, but Sakitama does not have 800 attack or defense. You can search Aratama, but Aratama has to be normal summoned. And you don't have a normal summon anymore if you start with this. So this is not a 1-card combo for Exosistser specifically, but it is like probably the best extender imaginable, right? It's like the best possible extender you could have thought of for Exosistser. You start with Aratama, search this card. Yeah, that way around it works. Aratama is a 1-card combo for Exosistser. To be fair, Aratama has always been 1-card combo for Exosistser, right? Aratama into Sakitama was always a rank 4. Like that was already the case. Now, of course, this is better. Aratama into this is a better 1-card combo, but Aratama was already combo for Exosistser. Aratama now gets you Martha and a rank 4 instead of just a rank 4. Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah. So Aratama into Sakitama was already a rank 4. So you could have already made one of the Exosistser rank 4, so it was already combo. But now, because the extra normal summon also searches you Martha, I guess that makes it better. It makes Aratama like something you would absolutely have to hand trap, right? Like if you have Imperm or something, you gotta hit the Aratama, otherwise it doesn't do anything. Lunalight has lots of 800 attack monsters. See, that's what I'm thinking about right now, because I can see the applications for this card in Exosistser 100%. I understand how it works. It's pretty good for it. It makes a ton of sense. It's a good card for the deck, even though it's not a 1-card combo, but it is one of the best extenders you could have. What are the other applications for this card? Because this seems relatively generic to me, right? Like, you can search any level 4 light or dark with 800 attack or defense. There has to be a lot of targets for this. I was thinking Snake Eye Ash for a second, but it does say light or dark. So you can't, like, it doesn't work. It does not add Snake Eye Ash. But, like, there's probably some interesting targets for this. Monarchs? Oh yeah, all the squires are 800 attack. Also, yeah, Snake Eye Ash level 4 anyways, but it doesn't matter. Neo Space Connector. Neo Space Connector. Oh yeah, it having to be level 4 also makes it so it can't search the Monarch stuff. Yeah, okay. Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk. I mean, yeah, okay. Well, you know what? Let's just leave it at this card is very good. It is definitely made for Exosistser, but there might also be other applications for it because it's a pretty good card. Most cards this searches need the normal summon. Yeah, that's the thing, right? You would want to play this in a deck that can facilitate this effect as well, right? Like you wanted to play this in a deck where it's a free extra normal summon because you play like a lot of 800s, right? Like you want to, or maybe, you know, here's the thing, right? You could just make like a Link 2 with 800 attack, like IP Masquerena, right? Like IP Masquerena is 800 attack, and then this is just a free normal summon on top of that, just as an example, right? Like in any deck. Which is somewhat interesting, I guess. Okay. I feel like, you know, what are we feeling like? Which deck got away better here with the support card? I feel like Exosistser. I feel like Exosistser gets the better end here out of those two. I think the Exosistser card is way stronger. The Rescue Ace is not bad, I don't think, however. And I mean, if you look at the historic performances of those two decks, I would say it's fair that Exosister gets the better card, right? Because Rescue Ace has been the stronger deck in the past. So Exosister getting the better card here does not really surprise me. It does make sense, I think. Yeah. All right. We have news on another upcoming set. We don't have much yet, except for the name of the upcoming core set after Doom of Dimension. However, since people love to guess what kind of cards it'll have based on the name, I mean, for example, Doom of Dimensions had DDD support, which was kind of hinted at by the name. I felt like I wanted to bring it up real quick. Burst Protocol. So what are we thinking, chat? What are we thinking? What this means? What is Burst Protocol? The first thing I thought about when I read it was I thought of Altergeist Protocol. That was like the only card called Protocol that I could think of. I mean, if surely there's Elemental Burst Paleo support in here, right? Right, guys? Right? Elemental Burst support? Anybody? Burst Tinatrix? Burst Stream of Destruction? It means blue eyes? Yeah, dude. There's an annoying part of me that thinks Protocol has something to do with cybers. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. This pack includes powerful new themes, new cards that power up popular past themes, and cards connected to the promotional animated short series Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game Chronicles. What does that mean? Is that new? Are we really talking new branded support? I don't know, man. We'll see. Even more Sky Striker? I mean, that's the other thing, right? I feel like the legacy support for those decks kind of released around the same time as the animated short series happened, right? So this comes out in October this year in the OCG in 3 months. I suppose we're still in the branded time frame then, right? I guess that would hint at branded. I don't know, man. We'll just wait and see. I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was interesting. But now we have more new cards. A new structure deck. And it is a synchro-themed structure deck, which I think we've read an announcement for this already. I feel like this is not a surprise that this is synchro-themed. I think that was already announced. These cards were revealed on July 7th, Yusei Fudo's birthday. Oh, that's today. Happy birthday, Yusei Fudo. So it is synchron-themed. And I think I said this before. Synchron's kind of scary with Junk Speeder in the game. But let's see what they got. Junk Warrior Extreme is a Junk Warrior retrain, level 8 synchro, 2900 attack, 2300 defense. Needs Junk Synchron +1 or more non-tuner monsters. You can only use this card's 1 and 2 effect once per turn each. If this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon as many level 2 or lower monsters from your grave as possible. And if you do, their effects cannot be activated for the rest of this turn. Also, you can only special summon once more for the rest of this turn. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can banish this card, special summon a Junk Synchro monster from your extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon. Okay. This feels like the most synchron card ever. I feel like there's like different versions of this type of effect on so many different synchron cards. It almost feels lazy at this point, right? Where it's just like, hey, make a synchro and it brings back stuff from the graveyard, or it brings out more stuff from the deck so you can do more synchroing. And then they synchro into more synchros. And this time, instead of summoning all the tuners from the deck, they summon them all from the graveyard. Like, you know, Junk Speeder, Celestial Double Star Shaman, whatever, you name it. Like, there's like Axel Stardust Synchro Dragon. it's just the entire deck. It's just like make a synchro that brings back the martial metal marcher. Yeah, I don't know. Sure, I guess. So it's not a bad card. It's just that it requires junk synchron is kind of odd, I guess. But maybe there's more support to get that out there. But it's just more of the same, I feel like, with this one. Is what I'm thinking. At least it does limit you for what you can do with those tuners. However, you can still make very busted combos with this, right? Like you can only summon once more. So let's say you bring back a bunch of tuner synchros. You can make like a, what is it? Shooting Quasar Dragon with it. Or you can bring back Formula and then synchro on the opponent's turn. So like, okay. Full Speed Warrior. It is a Wind Warrior level 2 900/400. You can only use this card's first effect once per turn. If this card is normal or special, you can add a Junk Synchron or Spell Trap that mentions Junk Warrior from your deck to your hand. The following monsters you control gain 900 attack during your battle phase. Monsters that mention Junk Warrior are Synchro monsters with Warrior in their original name. Is it just me? Or does this card feel a little weak? You normal summon this and add Junk Synchron, and that's it. I don't know what spell traps there are that mention Junk Warrior, to be fair. Maybe there's new spells that are powerful. I can't think of one right now that mentions Junk Warrior, but yeah, this does not seem that good. Ooh, they made a retrain on Quillbolt Hedgehog. Anchor Bolt Hedgehog, level 2 Earth Machine. You can only use this card's name effect once per turn. If this card's in your grave and you control Junk Warrior or a monster that mentions it, except Anchor Bolt Hedgehog quick effect, special summon this card in defense position. Also, you can't special from the extra deck except synchros. This is like... This is not even that much better than the original Quillbolt Hedgehog. Right? This is like almost the same power level as the OG from 2008 or something. The only positive about this is that it's a quick effect, which means that you can bring it back once on your turn and then once on your opponent's turn to quick synchro with it, I guess, if you have like a formula synchron type effect. But it's like not, this is nothing special. Okay. Synchro Fellows spell. You can only activate one card, one of this per turn. Add one of each of the following cards from your deck to your hand, then discard a card. Junk Synchron, a monster that mentions Junk Warrior or Stardust Dragon. You can banish this card from your grave, then target a synchro you control. It loses a level, then for the rest of this turn, you can normal summon a synchron in addition to your normal summon set during my... Okay, this card's good. This card's good. This is like the wishes of this archetype, right? And it's particularly good because it adds you Junk Synchron, and then you discard a card. So that means you can discard a target for Junk Synchron immediately to the graveyard, which you can also add, right? You can add this one or this one because they all mention Junk Warrior, I think. This one mentions Junk Warrior. This one also mentions Junk Warrior. So like you could add one of those two and then discard it, which is immediately a target for Junk Synchron. Sure. This card makes sense. And it's not that bad into Ash Blossom. Like, yes, this is a good card to Ash, but the discard is part of the effect. So you don't have to discard, so you don't go minus into Ash Blossom at least. It's just that so far, none of these cards, I feel like, give this deck a new direction. So I feel like the direction of this deck is always going to be make Junk Speeder and pray it resolves. Right? Like, it's still going to be, I'm going to make Junk Speeder and that either goes through and I win, or it doesn't go through and I probably lose. Which, to be fair, the game plan of the deck, because of Junk Speeder's existence, is kind of messed up to begin with. It's super hard to balance around that sort of effect, right? Like, Junk Speeder is such a polarizing card that if you give the deck like a good plan B or a good ways to protect Junk Speeder, good ways to play through hand traps, all of a sudden that deck is like incredibly strong and way too toxic. But if you just print more of the same, then it's always stuck in the same spot, which I don't think any of this changes, you know, the way this deck is being played, which is kind of awkward, which is probably why you shouldn't design cards like Junk Speeder in the first place that are so so polarizing, basically, so hit or miss, right? Like, you should probably aim for more balanced card design for an archetype like this. Because Synchro, I feel like Synchro is an archetype that's very fun to play if it is not so centralized on one card. Because Synchro is really like Synchro decks are fun because you can it's like a toolbox thingy where you make stuff up along the way and you see how it goes. And but like when your deck is is Junk Speeder Turbo, then you're always gonna tunnel vision into the Junk Speeder. Like, there's no toolbox to be had. It's always just like make Junk Speeder and then hope it goes through. And this, I don't think this changes anything. I guess maybe the spell card gives you a way to extend after the Junk Speeder. Like, you make Junk Speeder and then if they negate it, you can extra normal summon the Junk Synchron from your hand, which I guess gives you at least a resemblance of an end board, depending on how you go after that, but sure. But yeah, I'm not particularly fond of Junk Speeder deck, so I don't particularly care for these cards. I don't hate them either because I don't think they're like incredibly busted or anything like that. So I don't really have anything against it. It's also just nothing I'm super interested in this thingy. No Maxi reprint. Okay, now that's a stretch. Now that's a stretch. Are you implying that because they don't put Maxi into the structure deck, it's getting banned? Dude, the copium is crazy. I mean, sure, maybe. I don't know, dude. It's kind of funny actually that they're not putting Maxi into this particular structure deck, because this is arguably one of the few structure decks where Maxi has synergy, because it's a Junk Synchron target, right? Like, it's like, and it's the perfect level for Junk Synchron as well. Like, it's a level 2 that you can bring back to make your level 5 Synchro instantly, and they're not putting it in here, which is kind of weird, but I still think that's a little bit, it's a stretch. I mean, I would like to see it. I hope you're right, but I don't know if that's true. Okay. We have one last thing before we're moving on, and I don't think this one is too crazy because it is a V-Jump card, and V-Jump cards have historically or like recently not been super relevant, I think, but let's see. We have our Arecus, the Shining Mars Saint, level 5 Light Pyro, 2000 attack, 1800 defense. You can only special summon with the way in this card's name's effect once per turn, first effect. You can only use the second and third effect once per turn each. If you have a face-up card in your spell trap zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can target a face-up spell trap you control, destroy it and this card, then draw a card. If this card is destroyed, you can target an Xyz monster you control, attach this card to it. Okay. This feels like worse Magician Souls. Because if I have a face-up spell trap that I don't need anymore, why wouldn't I just go send it for Magician Souls? K9? There's no way K9 needs this though, right? Like, there's no way this kind of level of a card makes its way into K9. This is not good enough for K9. Like, if you're looking for level 5 extenders in a deck, there's better stuff than this. It's made for K9? Sure. I was looking at the artwork for a second, and I was thinking about whether it was made for Ascend, but I don't think it has great synergy with Ascend either. The continuous set a quick when destroyed. Yeah, but like, this is still so mediocre. Like, special this, destroy itself to destroy your own card and then draw a card. I don't know. This does not feel that good. It really does not feel that good. I think it's searchable in Ashen. Yeah, that's because it's a light pyro. Don't know if there's any Actually, light pyro doesn't help in Ashen, right? In Ashen, it's dark pyros. I don't know, man. If it wouldn't destroy itself, it's fine. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If it was just like special itself, pop one of your cards to draw a card, kind of like Magician Souls, right? That's why I was drawing that comparison. Then it'd be fine. In like a deck that has a lot of continuous spells that they don't need, like I don't know, your deck is playing like cards like Tenki or something like that, and you just like get to those cards very consistently, and then you can just special this, pop the Tenki, draw a card. Like sure, I could see that being reasonable, but it just destroys itself. It's Upstart Goblin. I don't know. I don't think this card is gonna see play, to be fair. I can see some uses, but I don't know. I think the third effect is weak that made it bad. I mean, yeah, if the whole purpose is destroy a spell trap you control to destroy it and draw a card, and then the graveyard effect is nice, sure, I could see it. If the graveyard effect was sick for this card, then sure. But the graveyard effect is like as almost as irrelevant of an effect as you can get, right? But yeah, not much to say about this card, I think.